Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for this digital update, The News Now at 10 o'clock. I'm Dawn Baker. I want to remind you that we are broadcasting this newscast live on our WTOC website, the news app, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire. By now, you've probably heard about Hurricane Michael making its way toward land. Right now, it's projected to hit the Gulf Coast and bring some tropical storm force winds to our area, too. A researcher is planning to measure how Hurricane Michael affects the tides in Chatham County. He's putting some sensors around the county that will have an ultrasonic signal that will shoot down from wherever the box is mounted to the surface of the water, measuring how high the tide actually gets. The plan had been set for about 20 of those sensors going in next month, but with the storm coming in from the Gulf, the lead researcher over the sensor project knew that it was an opportunity that they just should not miss. It's part of a Smart Cities research program, bringing together researchers, the Chatham emergency management officials, and the city of Savannah, all looking at ways to apply that data to benefit the community in the future.
To know where to focus resources, to know where to be prepared when the storms come, and basically to have that experience when we have a storm approaching, say, from the Gulf versus from the Atlantic. We're going to see a slightly different pattern, and we want to know exactly how that's going to affect the local community.
And also, we want to let you know that the sensor, Dr. Clark says that now that sensor that he was showing us in that video is now placed at the docks of the University of Georgia's Skidaway Institute of Oceanography. The goal is to get about 100 of those sensors around our county sometime by next year. Well, Hurricane Michael's wind and rain could mean some possible damage throughout our viewing area. That's why emergency agencies are asking all of us to get prepared right now. Emergency leaders say this isn't a time to panic at all, but certainly it's time for us to take a look at what we need to do in order to prepare for a possible hurricane. You're looking at video now from last year's storm, and they hope that it's not this bad, but they want you to be prepared just in case.
I think we can anticipate, based on what we're hearing from the Weather Service, we could have some trees down, some widespread power outages are going to be possible.
At the age of 36.
Again, we want to thank all of you for tuning in. We're watching a lot of you talking about tuning in from all parts of the country, but also someone saying, how is Savannah going to be affected by this? Savannah can't take heavy rainfall. Well, we know that it is a possibility. Rains and tropical storm force winds are what could be predicted Wednesday night into Thursday. But if you want to get the real information, the analytical information, join us tonight coming up on The News at 11, because our first alert meteorologist, Jamie Ertel, is tracking the storm very, very closely for all of us. And the 4th annual Folds of Honor golf tournament at the Savannah Country Club was the biggest yet. For the first time, it also allowed the participants to have an opportunity to meet the families they're actually helping. Tim Geider has the story in our Good News.
Suddenly, with a knock at the front door, leaves you reeling and trying to put the pieces of your life back together.
The kind of people who were playing golf on Wilmington Island today helped Ginger Ravella move forward after her husband, an F-16 pilot, was killed in a combat mission in Iraq in 2006.
He saved over 60 men the day that he died, but my 5 children, who were under the age of 8 at the time he was killed, were left without a dad and really without a future and a plan for their education specifically.
Folds of Honor had that plan. The nonprofit that provides scholarships to the spouses and children of fallen and wounded service members helped and is helping put all 5 of Ravella's children through school. The organization does that with events like today's 4th annual Savannah Folds of Honor golf tournament at the Savannah Country Club.
That's really what it's all about, is getting the funds to support their educational process. And so we're just honored and delighted to be a part of that.
Savannah's event has grown every year to 125 golfers today playing for more than a score.
The goal and the mission of Folds of Honor attracts a lot of these folks, and they come back year after year to support it.
I've been very touched by their southern hospitality already, but I'm looking forward to watching them all go out in the red, white, and blue and support our great foundation.
In Georgia last year, 223 families were supported with scholarships from the Folds of Honor Foundation, and it was something over $1 million that was actually spent in the state. So we hope to support that effort.
And in doing so, support military heroes by honoring their sacrifice and helping educate their legacies.
I think it's peace of mind, but it's also just a thank you from the American people who are grateful for the sacrifice that my family made.
With today's good news, Tim Guider, WTOC News.
And thank all of you for tuning in from all over the country really tonight to hear these updates. And someone asked me if there was an unusual high tide with the storm. I'll be honest with you, I don't know that. So I'm going to check with Jamie Ertel very quickly, and I'll come online and answer that question for you. And also, Herman Jackson, want to thank you so much for sticking with WTOC for all your updates. And don't forget, you all can always put that First Alert weather app on your iPads, on your smartphones, so you can have that handy as well. So just in case the power goes out, you'll be able to keep up with what's going on with the storms. But of course, there'll be a lot more information coming from our First Alert weather team over the next 24 hours, 48 hours. And you know, as these storms go, things are likely to change and shift. So just make sure that you are paying close attention so you can make the best decisions for your families. Thank you so much for joining us. Please come back for the News at 11. We have a lot of news stories in store for you, plus the latest weather and sports tonight on the News at 11. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Let me check with Gene.